I don't have the shoes to go along with. I don't have the cowboy boots on.
Well, we'll take you down to Broadway. There's a whole bunch of leather shops there. What happens in Nashville stays in. I don't know if that's the right city or not. Here we go. Georgia in the visiting red. They are lost 6 in a row. They have been in so many close games trying to flip their fortune tonight. Last time they won in this building was 4 years ago. Vanderbilt in those home golds. Late shot clock offense. There's a triple for Thomason, and he connects on the first look.
They thought they could depend on making shots, just hadn't been able to. Of course, Van Allen Lubin's had a pretty good last few games himself.
Vanderbilt only scores about 65 a game. Can they keep up with a Georgia squad that just went for 82 on Saturday? Silas Demery into the paint.
I compared him to Rod Strickland. You remember Rod Strickland?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Great finisher.
Turnover, though, ultimately it does fall into Georgia's hands, and so it's a 7-0 start after Silas Demery's basket.
Yeah.
Thomason fires. Book it. That's another triple. He's got 2 in the early minutes.
Well, SEC play, he's on shoulders past you. He's creative and athletic enough to go shoot it over you.
Yeah, 99th game in West End for Lawrence. Abdur-Rahim answers at the rim.
I don't see enough of that, right? Lefty who comes at you in a different angle.
So we played almost 7 minutes, Pat. Georgia leads by 6. It's led since the opening tap. Thomason wants another, bangs another triple. That's his 3rd.
You learn a lot how to score when you go up against different types of defenses. Great.
Melendez fouled, count it. And he's going to the line for one more. And that one misses long.
And he's a guy for Vanderbilt where he can make some shots. He's one of those guys where after Magnon and Lawrence and Van Allen Lubins are playing really well, but he can step up and give you 2-3 makes per game, which would be the world of difference of Vandy's offense.
Hill trying to shake past Magnon. Nice on-ball defense that time by the veteran. Melendez buries the 3.
Okay, now that was a hand in his face, okay? Now that was a hand in his face.
A few feet behind the line. Kane.
Got to get it to the big fella.
Yeah, Chiwa thinking of going to work on the freshman. Instead, out to Thomason on the attack, lays it up and in.
I mean, that was all Chiwa. He was patient. He
is Georgia's rebound leader. Straight on triple, that's through. Noah Thomason has 4 threes, and he's got 15 of Georgia's 29. Timeout, Commodores.
Great offense here by Georgia. Chiwa sees where the open man is. Noah Thomason strong to the hoop. As Georgia up 13-16.
Vanderbilt started 4 of 16 from the field. So it has been a bit of an arduous start offensively. Meanwhile, Georgia 59% from the floor. Thomason, that's a contested 3.
He's just rolling, right? Tyron Lawrence.
Well, I think you know who you have to find here. Instead, Demery carves into the paint. Chiwa rolls, scores. Georgia getting pretty much anything it wants right now.
Lang
connection. Thomason, the H-Town native. Meanwhile, Vanderbilt answers with a 3 of its own.
So Vandy, if they can see that, all right, make them put it on the floor.
Oh,
I guess
wow.
they're just rolling.
Hill puts in another.
Hill says, okay, I'll put it on the floor.
7 of 12 from beyond the arc to start. Rebound down to Abdur-Rahim.
And I would think the one thing that Georgia has got to be careful of is turning the ball over and letting Vanderbilt get out, get some really good looks. Because right now, Vandy's 2 of 4 in layups and dunks.
Yeah, wow. Chiwa was looking to pass it back out. He was right there at the rim, and so recognizes with the stick back there. He had 15 again. Hill cut off. He spins away from Lewis. Chiwa, look out! The big man takes it to the rack.
That was a great decision. He has made some. They're going to elect to get a good shot as opposed to try to rush it. And this would be a nice offensive possession. I guess
Thomason hoists it. That's short.
defense.
Chiwa got his hands on it. 5 seconds to play. Now 3. Abdur-Rahim got it. Georgia takes a 16-point lead into the locker room.
Off an offensive rebound, tip back, and just when you forgot Abdur-Rahim, he's also one of their better three-point shooting players.
For a season high 25, I should say a career high as well. He's just much healthier. He's moving better, and Jerry Stackhouse has acknowledged it many times. Just from a physical standpoint, when you're back to 100%, you can do a lot of good things. Abdur-Rahim book it, another triple. That's his second from beyond the arc.
He and Paul Lewis have made an impact to this game.
If you're Vanderbilt, you need consecutive stops now.
That's what's going to get you back into this one. And they've turned over Georgia a little more than Georgia's been wanting them to.
Deloach goes up aggressively. In his 2-year Vanderbilt career, he's got 13. Paul Lewis, where you been?
He's a guy right now shooting about 22% from the three-point line, but he can. They felt like he could be a guy that could shoot up in the 30s, near the 40s, in fact.
Georgia hasn't won in this building in 4 years. Last time it won, they won at the Horn. Tyree Crump from 40 feet.
Tyree Crump, sure. I remember
a little throwback, a little way back Wednesday name for you. There's Dylan James with the turnaround. 90 seconds for Georgia. So they've made 4 of their last 5, Pat.
And it's been a game of runs for both Vandy and
Blue
Georgia.
Cane. It's now a 21-point cushion. 5 to shoot. This is Justin Hill. Nearly lost his balance. Turnaround, puts it up, and puts it in. It's a difficult shot.
That's an extremely difficult shot, but
3 points. It's only his 3rd shot that he's taken tonight. That's Vanderbilt's leading scorer. And there's an easy line drive attack of the rim from Deloach.
you know, it also affects the defense and how they play you. Now they're over helping. Now they're running towards you. That's where you pump fake work. That's where you kind of play all you move. His high school basketball prowess.
Yeah.
As he was bragging about dropping, he said 40 on Jaime Jaquez, but I don't know, was it really 40, C.J. Stroud? It looked like it was more, maybe like 25.
Of their 3rd SEC win.
In Florida, Florida's playing as good as anybody in the SEC right now. Previous to the Alabama game today, they had won 6 out of 7. Take Alabama to overtime. And didn't you hear what Cal said? Coach Cal Power, we're built for March. But here's the thing, what I saw from Kentucky's defense, and it was fixable things.
Oh, follow slam there by Deloach.
Man.
Sounds like a recipe for success.
That's it, brother.
It sounds like a recipe. And Georgia, this is going to feel really good because they have been close so many times over the last few weeks. They've lost 6 in a row, but 4 of those losses by single digits. And so they are going to pick up their first W in 4 weeks. Last time they won was against LSU on January 24th. And these Bulldogs will get to 15-11 with 5 games left. Can they keep the momentum rolling back into Nashville?
This was an excellent way to start, Kevin. From start to finish, they defended. They did what they needed to do on both ends of the floor.